Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I wanted to do that. What's the name? You see it. Welcome to another episode of Road to Recovery with your host, Recovery Lord. Before we get into today's group message, I just wanted to take a quick moment to acknowledge my nephew Osiris, my sister Charisma, Amira, my brother Zachary, my shorty, Shamika Murray. A lot of people have been in this and supporting this from day one. And I want to let all you guys know I appreciate that. The feedback, Miss Keisha Branford, the feedback that I'm getting is really appreciative and it goes a long way. It also lets me know that this is people are getting something from this, which is motivating me to keep to keep on with the keeping on. So what I want to talk about today, before we get to the like, comment, and subscribe part of the thing of the group, I also want to shout out all my people willing to do recovery on 420. I know it's a lot of people birthday out there and a lot of people celebrating. I do tell my clients, a lot of them, majority of them, not all, but you can smoke grass and still be on the honor roll. You can. And yes, for some people, marijuana is a drug. If it is causing problems in your life, in areas of your life that it shouldn't, if you're already a little lazy and it's making you lazy-er with the hard ER, then that could be a sign that, maybe it's not agreeing with you, or maybe you may not be in a time where you should be smoking. Now, if you're working, taking care of business, doing what you need to do, and you're using that to relax, that's one thing. But if you wake up and you in the prime of your life and you have no reason to be trying to find ways to relax, and then that's proof that you may need to reconsider your that habit. If you asking people for money to support your habit, that could be a sign that you may be doing a little too much. So, what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about 10 ugliest character flaws. 10 of the ugliest character flaws. All humans are flawed in one way or another, and it is often easy to recognize character flaws in others. But let's be honest. We can all improve how we present ourselves in our communications and interactions with family, friends, business associates, and others. Perfection is not the goal. But with a little insight, we can evolve our own characters to be more fair, more considerate of others, and less on edge all the damn time. It is not hard to pick out the worst character flaws. Use this guide to identify what your character flaws might be and what you can work on to get along with people and feel better about yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself about your flaws. Forgive yourself, but also be willing to make changes. So this is not, and please, don't use this to be like, oh, I see what's wrong with you now. Oh yeah, shout out to Recovery Lord. The blueprint. Now I know exactly what's wrong with you. Before we go into breaking other people down, this information is mainly to free ourselves. Free your mind and the rest shall follow. It's for you to free your mind. So the first thing, the first flaw that they have listed, and I'm sure by now y'all got y'all pen and paper. I'm sure y'all boys be taking notes, and a shout out, salute, respect the rebut. The rebut. So the first one they have listed is arrogance and argumentative. Having a bunch of arrogance and constantly being argumentative. Do you find yourself arguing for the sake of argument? Some arguments are enjoyable for both participants. But if you find yourself in that situation constantly, that you have arguments in which you end up yelling louder to make your point, you may be simply argumentative. It may seem that way, but getting the last word in doesn't have any value if you find people avoid talking to you or give in just to shut you up. You may be taking it too far. That's very unattractive. Choose your arguments wisely. Is the issue you are arguing about really important? Being constantly argumentative is a form of arrogance. So try to start giving the other person room to be right. Have you been right for the last 6, 7, 10, 11, 12 years? If that's the case, then that should give you a sign that you're not right. Because I don't know anybody in this world who's right every single time. It never fails. Them being right is like Steph Curry. He only got to watch the shot drop. He throw it up in the air and then run back on defense, and the cameraman and everybody else get to see the shot drop because he already know it's going in. Some of y'all like that with always being right. You've been right now for 5, 6 years. You ain't been wrong, period. And when you have been, that's Underground Railroad. Hush, hush. Don't ask, don't tell. Wow. I never really looked at the sense of always needing to be right as a sense of arrogance. But when it's placed in this format, yes, I can see that. I can see that. Number 2, the second ugliest character flaw. So the first one is argumentative and I used to love to argue. I used to start arguments so I could leave the house and go get a pill. So I used to plan arguments. Or sometimes you be in your car riding home thinking about, I can't wait to, drop this on her. I'm a hit home with that. Don't go to every argument you invited to, or you're going to be arguing for the rest of your life. Say it all the time. But number 2, dishonesty. Telling a lie socially when the situation requires that either the person you're talking to doesn't need or deserve the truth, or that the person would be hurt in turn, is, let's face it, sometimes an acceptable path. But avoiding the truth consistently, especially just to evade the consequences for what you've done, is not attractive, and it is dangerous. I'm going to say being dishonest is not an acceptable path. It's not. Only thing that benefits from you being dishonest, if you suffer from the disease of addiction, is your addiction. In the same way, constantly being dishonest is what nurtures and helps your addiction. Honesty is what your recovery, the foundation your recovery needs to stand on. So, and not only that, when you picking and choosing who deserves the truth and who doesn't, that's you playing God. And I mean, I get it. We all God's little g and inner G, inner God. I know it. I know it. That's why I'm saying it. And why I'm able to speak on that. But everyone is the same. If you deserve and you feel like you deserve and expect the truth, then everybody deserves that. And because the crazy thing is, the world we live in now, the person who feels like they deserve the truth the most is the person that's always lying. And the person that gets pissed and upset when somebody touch they shit is the biggest thief in the damn world. And that's backwards. That's backwards. You deserve the truth when that's what you give. You deserve respect when that's what you give. That's what I was taught when I was young. And all that is still true to this day. To this day. Number 3, being short-tempered and combative. It's a frustrating world. If we don't get our way, our plans are derailed. Frustration can lead to snappiness. Everyone gets frustrated, but we don't have to lose control and react outrageously. If you feel frustrations building, fight any desire to lash out. Perhaps it would be best to walk away. Take a deep breath. Count to 10. You know the drill. Relax. Take a chill pill. What you don't want to do is not relax. Be short-tempered and combative until you in a paddy wagon. And then because you know once you get locked up, everybody want to add time to your discharge and when you're supposed to be let out. All that short-tempered and combative for a lot of people. I'm not going to say everybody, because some people turn up over the way too. But I want to say at least for about 85 to 90% of people, all that short-tempered and combative is out the way when they freedom is on the line. Why wait till then? Why relax? Don't do something you're going to regret. Everybody is snapping now. But see, this is not baddies and bad girls club where you going to fight, then security going to come and jump in and break it up. That's what a lot of these kids that grow up in these placements and in these programs think. It's always going to be security. Somebody got, no, that's not the real world. The best thing you could do is even avoid these, I don't want to say it to get the groups flagged and everything, but the Boondocks described it. And it's being caught in an Igga moment. You need to avoid those to the best of your damn ability. Where we at? Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3 is short-tempered and combative. Number 4, which could be number 1 for a lot of people out there, the need to always be right. The need to always be right is also considered being conceited. Being conceited. Do you have to be right all the time? Do you always have the correct answer? And do you need everyone to know that? You may be a tiny bit conceited. Nobody likes a know-it-all. So why get caught up in this character flaw? It is important for you to point out your rightness all the damn time. You're really displaying conceit. Do you really think you're right all the time? Or do you just want other people to think you are? And you might be wrong. Eating crow isn't fun either. Ask yourself, is it better to be right? Or is it better to build better relationships? Is the point of you being right worth a relationship with your children? Is the point of you being right, is it more important than having a relationship with your mate, with yourself, with your grandchildren? Y'all gotta let this self-righteous shit go, because this is a main reason why a lot of people say they have a problem with recovery. And that is, nobody is more judgmental than somebody who used to be a fuck up. And all the grace and all the forgiveness in the world that they was looking for when they was out there, they don't have that for the next man or the next woman. So you don't always need to be right. Let that go. Again, that goes with number one, the need to constantly always be right. And then you start looking, some people really think they have not been wrong for years. The next, so that was what? 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 was the need to always be right and being conceited. 5 is the perfectionist and the nitpicker. The perfectionist is hardest on themselves, but it turns you into a crazy person that people don't want to be around. Perfectionism isn't about being perfect. It's about thinking that you are and that you have to be perfect. You think you have it in you to do a perfect job, and not doing that, not getting the ideal results, makes you disappointed. If that sounds like you, use this as your mantra. No one is perfect, not even me. Take a deep breath and accept some of your flaws. Self-criticism is not your friend. So the perfectionist and always picking on what this is what makes some people don't want to do things, because they feel like as soon as they screw up, especially, and it's always family first that do it to you first. Oh, you going to school? You ain't going to school. You're not going to graduate. You just going up there to get a couple checks, a couple student loan checks, so you can be fresh and get your dopes together, and get your Ugg boots and whatnot together, so you can have some fresh drip, and nitpick, constantly picking at something somebody else doing. We gotta stop that. If you don't have nothing kind to say, don't say anything. And if you are going to pick at something somebody is doing, you should also be offering advice on how they could get better. Don't just pick on somebody for not being correct. Encourage them to get better and to do better. The next is playing the victim. Playing the victim in the blame game. Things go wrong in a big way sometimes, and sometimes it's our own fault. It is important that we take responsibility for the things that go wrong in our lives. Taking on the victim role and pointing your fingers at others is a bad habit that needs to be broken. Besides, people become weary of your pity parties. Poor me. Poor me. If I wasn't this, and if you ever see the people that be locked up 3 and 4 times and tell their mother, you should have beat me more. You shouldn't have let me have my way all the damn time. The blame game. When you grown, this blame game makes you look a certain way. And my thing is, don't be grown when it's time to drink Don Julio. And don't be grown when it's time to go to the dispensary. But then when it's time to do anything that has responsibility, have the kids, pay bills, then here comes playing a victim, the blame game, all this knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone bullshit out the woodwork. Stop doing that to yourself. Show that you got a backbone. Show that despite whatever your childhood looked like, however people had you messed up, you're going to be a success story. Have that mentality. The next one is being self-centered and narcissistic. And this would be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Number 7 is self-centered and narcissistic. One of the first lessons we are taught as children is how to share with others. Sharing your toys and treats is the right thing to do. But there are other things we do that are selfish that you may not realize. People who are only concerned with themselves are called narcissistic. Do you find yourself focused primarily on yourself all the damn time? Are you ever a good listener? Narcissistic people talk about their problems, their achievements, their everything to the exclusion of anybody else's problems and achievements. Their friendships tend to be one-sided, and really a one-sided friendship is no friendship at all. And I tell this to my clients, and I encourage everyone to look this up. When you are embarrassed in life extremely as a child, and it messes with your self-esteem, y'all getting put out and the block looking through y'all clothes, the same people you was just cool with a couple seconds ago going on some homeboy shopping network going through your stuff. You grow up in shelters. You go to school dirty. People make fun of the fact that addiction exists in your family. When you have a thing called a narcissistic scar that happens when you're developing in your childhood, it is something that embarrasses you and hurts you so much that you start to use things in your environment to fill that void, to fill that scar. You start looking for materialistic shit to fill that void. But you cannot have a spiritual deficit and look for materialistic things to fill that. You could try that for the rest of your life, and it's not going to work. If you have a spiritual void, you're going to have to fill that with something spiritual or emotional, positive emotions, something to fill that. It won't be, but see, a person with a narcissistic scar is looking for things in their environment to make them feel better about themselves. And you know who knows this? The people who allow a liquor store on every corner in the city. And they allow an open air drug market on every other corner. They know about this narcissistic scars. Because while we was watching Sanford and Son and calling each other job turkeys and laughing at his homeboy that's always drunk every episode and all that, they was mapping this out and putting this down. And so they know exactly what this is. And that's why it's certain neighborhoods that don't even have a neighbor in it. And it's just a damn hood. Because they know a lot of these residents in this neighborhood have narcissistic scars. So it's our job and our business to make sure these environments are saturated in poison and violence. So these people that we do not care about could express their existence on fast forward scan and get up out the way. So instead of us mass incarcerating and miseducating, we could just cancel all this crap altogether and get them out the way. The next ugly trait is being stubborn and inflexibility. Are you a my way or the highway type of person? Being inflexible is a tough stance to take. You are likely to find yourself alone a lot as people walk in and out your life as fast as through a revolving door. Or you may find yourself locked in a mirror relationship where neither one of you is getting the message. Relationships are a two-way street. Try to keep that straight in your head. You being stubborn and inflexible, but want to be in a relationship. You stubborn and inflexible, but want to be somebody's wife or want to be somebody's husband. You got to be the material for that first. Like they say, before you go, you want to make sure you college material. You want to make sure you wife material and husband material. So that means getting out your own way on a lot of things, because a relationship is a two-way street. If it's your way or the highway, that's why you see a lot of people now just living alone, because they want to do what they want when they want to. They don't want nobody telling them what they can and cannot do. The next is vanity and pridefulness. Are you overly concerned with your looks? Your self-image is a struggle for many people. It is natural to want to be your best and look your best, but it could be that you want to put on a show with your physical appearance because of insecurities. So you want to make sure your insides match your outsides. If not, then you're what they call in recovery a well-dressed failure. Some people call it putting lipstick on a pig, a well-dressed trash can. And you want to make sure that your insides match your outsides. If you look your best, you should feel your best too. The last one they have is humorlessness and the inability to laugh at yourself. Laughter is the best medicine. But when the laughter is turned on you, it may not feel so damn funny. No one wants to be made fun of. And when you are the focus of a joke or out of cruelty or bullying behavior, you have every right to feel insulted. But when your friends poke fun at you, it is often meant as a term of endearment. Take these situations as intended. We laugh at other people when we recognize similarities in our own lives. Life is funny. Don't miss out on the fun. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to let your hair down. You can't be militant 24 hours a day. Going to the blinds, looking through the blinds with the yapper, like Malcolm X when he kept getting them phone calls. These are the 10 ugliest character flaws. It's more out there than just 10. And I would say this: if you can see and know and be honest with yourself that you have more than one of these, or this is what you need to start working on, because this is what your addiction could be making worse. Some of these flaws, if you already have these flaws to begin with and then use, or if you normal and then you use and then start cussing at people and being arrogant. Some people a whole nother Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They think they doing better. And they'll say drinking keeping them out of jail. But drinking is making them arrogant and doing the most and being a damn fool. So let's work on this. These are the character flaws that they talk about when you're doing a inventory, the 4th step. When you're doing a fearless inventory, you clock in your own T. You clock in this these character flaws, because this is your homework. This is the stuff that you plan on working on to get better with. So I hope you guys found this group informative. You know what time, you know how we get down around this time. So put the hands up in the sky. I'm gonna be on YouTube, mama. I'm recovery love. So God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Keep coming back. More will be revealed for you, by you, because of you. Want to be your highest self? That's not getting high. That's becoming more in tune with yourself. So, we pray for the addict who picked up for the first time today, not knowing what the hell he or she was getting themselves into. Somebody told them, take these pills, you're going to have sex all day and all this crap. And they took all that crap and ran with it. We also pray for the addict who put down for the last time today. God bless you. Love it. Love to see strength. Love to see people show that it can happen for you. And we pray for everyone in between. Keep coming back. It's your responsibility to live a life better than the one people are giving you permission to. How about that? Some people giving you permission to express your existence, to what kind of car you allowed to have and all that. It's your job to prove people wrong. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Road to Recovery with Recovery Lord.